Koyaanisqatsi, directed by Godfrey Reggio. It's a pretty unconventional film as it doesn't really have a story, a plot, screenplay, or dialogue, or even characters. It's a collection of shots, a long montage set to music composed by Philip Glass that focuses on nature, humanity, and the relationship between the two. The title of the movie is a word from an obscure language called Hopi, and it was deliberately chosen to carry no baggage, to have no inherent meaning to the audience, and therefore not set the expectations for the film to basically anything. There's another thing that connects the movie to the Hopi language, and it's a chant that appears as a sort of bookend at the beginning and the end of the film. And when translated into English, it does become a sort of key to deciphering the intent of the movie. It's a set of prophecies, and they go like this. If we dig precious things from the land, we will invite disaster. Near the day of purification, there will be cobwebs spun back and forth in the sky. A container of ashes might one day be thrown from the sky, which could burn the land and boil the oceans. Now, I know this may sound slightly on the nose and very serious and stuff, but believe me, the movie is absolutely beautiful. And it's really a unique exercise in using film as this universal language. I mean, because there is no dialogue or plot, you could literally show this film to any person in the world and they would still have exactly the same chance of understanding it. The sweeping aerial shots of desert slowly transitioning into cities filled with people and cars. We see these old demolished neighborhoods, we see skyscrapers, we see explosions and destruction contrasted with the desolate emptiness of the world without humans. There are points which make the Earth look like an alien planet almost, and I think deliberately so. They then lead into pictures of human civilization, but also from afar. We're looking at ourselves from the perspective of a disconnected outside observer. And it makes us look almost like aliens as well. Some weird, impossible to understand society that is doing things that on the surface don't seem to make any sense. I think in this way the movie is brilliant and poignant at the same time. I'd also describe it as spiritual and mystical, but also kind of ominous and definitely thought provoking. Some of the images are incredibly powerful. One such example would be a brilliant cut between two shots. First, we see rows upon rows of used cars being lined up at some massive dealership, possibly in the US. Just endless rows of cars. And suddenly, there's a hard cut to rows and rows of tanks being prepared for war. I thought that was just fantastic, the way that instant cut, combined with the music as well, makes you begin thinking of cars sort of as weapons as well, weapons of humanity against nature, perhaps. Now, I don't want to go too far with this, with interpreting the movie for anyone. I think it's best to just see it for yourself and just take away from it whatever you find there. It's definitely worth the time investment of an hour and a half, and I surely never thought that such an extended montage of wide scenes without character or context could be so damn gripping.